People don't notice when their life is breaking until the pieces start making noise. Strange, isn't it? One small daily habit here, a harmless distraction there, and before you know it, your 20s are slipping away like loose change. Most people won't admit it, but we've all felt that quiet panic, that little voice whispering, "Am I wasting my youth?" If you felt that, hold on to it for a second. Let it sit. And while you're here, drop a quick comment. What's the one thing in your 20s you wish you understood earlier? You never know who your answer might help. Now, let's walk through the silent traps that ruin most people's 20s, not by accident, but by slow, invisible choices that creep in like smoke through a cracked window. Let's begin with one. The fastest way to destroy a young adult is simple. Keep their mind busy, but never productive. Scroll endlessly, argue with strangers. Get emotionally invested in content designed to provoke you. Most people don't realize it, but outrage is one of the most profitable industries on earth. Every time you get angry at a headline, a stranger's opinion, or a comment section, someone somewhere cashes out. The sad part? You lose energy, peace, and sleep, and they gain revenue. Think about it. If your emotional reactions are making someone else rich, who's really in control? 2. Stop asking questions. It's the easiest way to stay stuck. People fear looking foolish so much that they'd rather remain confused. But here's the truth. The stupid question you're embarrassed to ask has probably been sitting in 10 other people's minds. They're just praying someone else says it first. Your 20s crumble quickly when you care more about appearing smart than actually learning. Growth loves curiosity. Pride kills it. 3. If you want restless nights and foggy mornings, feed your brain chaos right before bed. Blast stimulating videos, crank up bright screens, and drown your mind in information it never gets the chance to digest. Most 20-somethings fall asleep not because they're tired, but because their brain finally gives up. When sleep becomes an accident instead of a routine, everything else in life becomes harder than it should be. 4. Do everything except reflect. Run from task to task. Jump from idea to idea. Fill every quiet moment with noise. The goal is to stay busy enough to avoid thinking about your choices. Most people's 20s aren't ruined by failure. They're ruined by running in circles without ever stopping to ask, why am I even doing this? Motion without direction looks productive until you realize you've been moving nowhere. 5. Avoid exercise like it's the plague. After all, sweating is uncomfortable. Discipline is annoying, and consistency feels like punishment. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Your body keeps receipts. The habits you ignore now will send the bill in your 30s. And trust me, the interest rate is brutal. 6. Feed your addictions the ones everyone else has. It's easier that way. When your vices match the crowds, nobody questions you. Conformity feels safe, even when it's quietly destroying you. Your 20s fall apart fastest when you stop choosing your habits and start inheriting them from the people around you. 7. Let other people's approval guide your every move. Craft your identity around likes, reactions, and validation. It works for a while, until you realize you don't know who you are without an audience. There are people in their late 20s who have mastered the art of impressing others, but never learned the art of living for themselves. 8. Never update your worldview. Hold on to beliefs like they're family heirlooms. The world changes, but refuse to change with it. Your 20s can feel painfully confusing if you're using a mental map that stopped being accurate years ago. 9. Wait for inspiration. Sit quietly and hope passion magically knocks on your door. Some people waste half their 20s waiting to feel ready, never realizing that readiness comes after action, not before it. Life rewards movement, not hesitation. 10. Don't think for yourself. Let influencers, trends, and online experts do your thinking for you. It's easier than wrestling with your own thoughts. But here's where lives fall apart. The moment you outsource your thinking, you outsource your future. 11. Avoid books. They require focus, patience, attention, all the things modern life trains us to abandon. But the funny thing about books, they quietly give you the wisdom other people spend decades learning the hard way. Ignoring them isn't just a missed opportunity, it's an expensive mistake. 12. Eat like you're immortal. Fast food here, skipped meals there, energy drinks to carry you from one tired moment to the next. It feels harmless in the moment, but your mind is built on what you consume. Junk input eventually creates junk thoughts, junk emotions, and junk decisions. 13. Sleep as little as possible. Treat sleep like it's optional. Count success by how tired you are, not how focused you can be. But burnout is like quicksand. You don't notice you're sinking until you start choking. 14. Ignore your emotions. Pretend your feelings don't matter. Tell yourself it's nothing each time something hurts. But unaddressed emotions don't disappear. They just wait, and they always return with interest. People often act like self-awareness is some kind of punishment, like it's painful to look at your own life honestly. But the real pain comes from pretending everything is fine while silently falling apart. Here's a real story that shows this perfectly. In 2014, a 26-year-old tech worker named Madison Holleran became a viral topic after her story shook America. On Instagram, her life looked perfect. Smiling photos, achievements, beautiful aesthetics. But behind all of it, she was overwhelmed, exhausted, and silently drowning in expectations she never talked about. Her family later said they had no idea anything was wrong. Social media showed a highlight reel. Reality hid the cracks. Her story became a worldwide wake-up call. Looking successful and being okay are not the same thing. Many young adults are collapsing under a pressure they never admit. That's how your 20s fall apart quietly, when the life you project becomes heavier than the life you live. 15. Tell yourself you're fine without ever questioning why you feel the way you do. Most people walk around with emotions they've never sat with long enough to understand. If you don't know the cause, you can't fix the damage. 16. Ignore the small problems. Step around them. Step over them. Hope they magically disappear. But small problems become big problems. And big problems become disasters. Life doesn't punish you suddenly. It warns you gently, repeatedly, and then loudly. If you're thinking, wow, I'm guilty of some of these, good. That means you're actually paying attention, more than most people your age. And since you've stayed this long, let me ask you something. Which of these hits the hardest right now? Drop it in the comments. Someone else watching needs to see they're not the only one struggling. And before you go, commit to your own growth. Hit subscribe, engage, share. Not for me, but because the more you surround yourself with growth-focused content, the less room there is for the habits trying to quietly ruin your 20s. Your 20s don't have to be perfect. They just need to be honest. And honesty starts right now.